Hello everybody and welcome back to the Alright podcast. Remember, it's not the best podcast, but it's not the worst podcast. It's just an alright podcast. Thanks for turning on the tap. Letting the tap flow while you're probably running around the house or cycling on a bike right now, you know. For new people that don't know what tap means, it's the Alright podcast. Thanks for running the tap smoothly on that. Guys, today we have a guest, the first guest in the new studio. It is cinematographer, cameraman, filmmaker, scriptwriter, Craig Johnston.
Hello.
Hello, Craig. How's it going? What's up?
Good.
So before we start this, it's a new room. So what we were trying to do is that we were trying to set it all up, and it took us about an hour. We got here around to 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's now 10 to 2, so it took us 15 minutes. And we've decided that we can only use one microphone on it as well.
We'll work on getting an interface. So.
Yeah, we'll get back for this. But anyway, I thought I'd bring Craig in today, and sorry if I keep swirling on chair like this because I'm nervous. I brought Craig in today because Craig, you make films.
I do.
You're a filmmaker. I thought I'd bring someone in that is interesting, and I find you interesting at the start. So, do you want to tell a bit about yourself, please, to the viewers?
Well, my name's Craig. I have about 4 years experience in independent filmmaking. I've made a lot of short films, some better than others, some far worse than others. I've worked with Anthony since about August.
August, yeah.
Yeah, we started developing ideas for the lotto ticket and then kind of just collaborated. I don't know, just film is my passion. I studied film for about a year, and it's just what I was naturally into. Just angles, lighting, tone, cameras. I just like it.
What got you into like doing all the films? Like, what was the first thing you ever saw and said, right, this is why I want to be a filmmaker?
I'm not really sure where it started. I just know that what definitely made me want to be a filmmaker was Michael Bay's Transformers, and they are my guilty pleasure.
Yeah, I've never seen Transformers, and you said I have to watch them.
You have to. You have to. I just thoroughly enjoyed it. They're not the best well-made films.
Yeah.
But they engross you. They bring you in. They're just action upon action upon action, and I do. It's just what really got me into it. And I wanted to be an action filmmaker. I started looking up visual effects, and then that's what got me into Adobe After Effects and Premiere Pro and all the different effects. And then in transition year in secondary school, we got a assignment to make a short film, so that's what I did. I made a short film.
What was that short film on?
It's called Polaroid. It's kind of the idea of what if you only saw it in monochrome, like black and white. Yeah. And then when you meet your soulmate, you start seeing colour. I saw a post online.
Was that your idea?
No, I saw a post online. I said, fuck it, that's a good idea. Yeah. And it's been done before, but it was kind of, it let me experiment with like angles and the whole thing of avant-garde filmmaking, and it's kind of what showed what my vision is like. I just like focusing on things like tone and texture and materials and just emotion through close-ups and shit. So.
Well, fair enough. Well, the likes of the filmmaking, we, as you said before, we made the short film The Lotto Ticket, and that was the first one I would, and we met in Curry's.
Yeah, we did.
And probably one of the best locations to meet someone is Curry's, and I needed a filmmaker, and I needed someone with a camera skills, and that's when you came in. And I realised at the start, I goes, come here, I have no money. The only thing I can do is provide you with food. We got a big pizza night, that's what we done, but we were talking a little bit about this, but getting more depth on how annoying, well not annoying, probably that's the word, annoying is when someone does offer and you keep getting them jobs that are just like, it's favours. I know you're a filmmaker and you want to make money, that's how you get new equipment and stuff like that as well, but if you want to go into more depth of like how that helps someone like you when you do get paid, basically.
So you want me to just talk about like the whole thing of who you do favors for and then who you charge?
Yeah.
So how I do it is I know what it's like to have nothing and have this vision that you want to help convey. At first I kind of did everything as like a favor. I said, yeah, I'll do this, no problem. Yes, I'll do that, no problem. And then I got more confident in my skills. And for large companies or corporations or people who are building a company that have that kind of funding behind them, I will charge, because that requires a lot of producing on my end, and then a lot of copyright stuff and kind of getting all of the rights across to them and distribution and everything. But with people who are just new to it, say a brand new band that have just come out, or they're releasing the first music video, but I know if they do have funding, like for new time artists, there are discounts I do offer for getting them over the line. Like I do need to make some kind of return from it, because they are my skills and the equipment I've gathered over the years.
4 years experience as well. It's just
like there's the experience, and then the just the amount, like the experience and the equipment as well. Because it is expensive equipment that I do work with, and I have saved up over the. I've put myself in the red a few times to get all this equipment, and then I move across. I'll go to them and say, look, I know you're new. This is a new band, new artist, new song. I can help you out. So if they say, I have a maximum budget of about say 300, I'll say, grand, I'll do it for 150, or I'll do it for 250. And that includes like the travel to the location, and maybe if they buy me lunch as well, that'd be great. But if I have to buy my own lunch, that's fine. But I make somewhat of a return, but I'm also enjoying the process as well. And then there are people like you with this passion project with barely any backing, but you have a vision and there is potential in the future for something. Then I'll say, okay, I'll do that for free. If I'm okay to come on board in the creative side, then help you in the future as well, and there is a possibility of making a return. Like we've built Dream Factory Productions. Well, you built them, and you brought me in.
But we all came out as a team. There's a team of 6 of us. There's me, you, James, Nicola, Sarah, and Rebecca. And there was a 7th, but the 7th one, he wasn't bothered. Casey wasn't bothered. But we do have kind of news that we're going to tell people as well, but we can't just say it right now. And what we can say is that on our Dream Factory Productions YouTube channel, we will be bringing out the lotto ticket in February, probably late February. We're going to wait till the film. Like with the likes of the film festival, can you?
Some have different rules. I know the larger ones you can't have it published. They do have a premiere clause, so it has to premiere there. They want it to premiere there. So if a film you think is really, really good, it's mostly features, but some short films they want premiered there. But it really kind of, you say, oh, I've agreed with this festival to premiere there, and then this will be the 2nd or 3rd showing there. It was like when I was in Poland, I saw the 2nd ever screening of Ballad of Buster Scruggs. Because it premiered in Sundance, I think, and then it was in Poland.
On to be big, is it?
It's on Netflix now. It's the latest Coen Brothers film. It was really, really good, and the director of photography was there as well. Some really interesting people, but I digress. With film festivals, you do have to kind of not have it online, because if it's published on YouTube, anyone can download from YouTube. That's true. So if it's on Vimeo, Vimeo is fine, because Vimeo you can unlist and have it to be not downloaded or even screen recorded. So it'll actually, that's why Vimeo is a lot better for emerging filmmakers. For when you're making a film for entertainment purposes, put it on YouTube, because you're not really expecting that much of a return, and if you are, it's from ad revenue.
So you'd suggest that we put the lotto ticket up on video?
On YouTube.
On YouTube.
Since we decided to only enter it into one festival, and then afterwards we entered into a different festival.
Could we enter that? Joe, we entered the lotto ticket into its own
into
film festival. Can we put that up still on YouTube before that's even shown?
No, it has to be after.
So it has to be after.
So probably around the 16th, 17th of March.
So
do it that Friday.
Because when I started off making films, I didn't make a film per se. I made a series. it's Dead or Alive that we're trying to adapt into a film. We have the script and stuff now. But I remember the first time there was a guy called Marcus Rochford. He was a friend of mine, still is. I would consider him a friend of mine, and he has his own podcast out right now as well. It's really good. They have like 100 and some episodes as well like that. But basically, he's the one that taught me about basic camera work and the script writing and stuff and what you have to do. And I remember sitting down and I'd just write, and that's where Dead or Alive came in. Then we got friends together and stuff like that and all, and we got a group of us, and we started to get kind of known around the local area, and we were known down in Sligo. We'd go down to Sligo and people would be like, oh, there's the guys from Dead or Alive, like so that. And it's just a weird thing to happen. So when like the likes of you, when you're writing a script or so, do you, how can I say it? Do you is it hard for you to get people to commit to being actors and actresses as well like that, Joey? As I said, with my friends it was hard getting some of them, and a lot of them wouldn't be on board, and then some of them would cut out, so we'd have to change characters and stuff, but it turned out great. But for you and your short films and stuff like that, how hard was it to get people to get something to be interested in what you're interested in, basically? That makes any sense.
I've worked with actors who are very, very dedicated, very determined, and I've also worked with actors who are just there.
Yeah.
See you. See with some actors you do have, because there's different stages of actors. There's people who are new to it and they haven't really that much experience, and it works into your directing as well. A good director can get the best performance out of anyone, because you just know how to speak to them, how to
vision to show them.
Yeah, you to show them.
I'm really bad at trying to talk to people like that.
And my friend Bill, he's going to be AD on Salvation, and he's going to be AD in a few of our films as well, because he's dedicated and experienced, and that's the kind of role he wants to get into.
Yeah.
His job is to explain the film to everyone.
Yeah.
So his motto is, a film should be made by a blind person. Like, films could be made by a blind person with a good AD. So as a director, say if I'm the director, I speak to the cast and the cast only, the actors only.
Yeah.
The AD will speak to the crew, and then the production manager or the PA, production manager, he would speak to, say, other people like lower down the crew, like catering and people who are in charge of like electrics. And then the cinematographer, he's the head of department as well. He would speak to who's in charge of lighting and who's in charge of cameras.
It's weird, isn't it, the way you get someone to talk to someone else.
So when people say film is a collaborative process, it is. But that's on a small end, like an independent end, you have all these passionate people getting into it. But you do realise that our roles to stick to, and if you work on, say, Fair City, or if you work on say Coronation Street or any TV show, and you're talking, or say you're brand new to it, don't be kind of put off by the tone they have, because they have a schedule to keep to. So when you're speaking with actors who are they're committed and they are experienced, they understand that when you say, okay, look at me, give me that look, okay, and then this and this, and you're giving them the directions, they know, and it may sound like mean the way you're talking to them, but they understand that this is for the film.
You have a schedule, you have it's pressure and stuff as well.
And then there are some auteur filmmakers like Stanley Kubrick, who was, pardon my French, a cunt on set, and he mentally abused one of the cast of The Shining.
Who would that be? Would that be the woman?
The wife. I forgot her name.
She's behind the scenes.
She's never acted since, but he did that for the performance. I don't agree with it. I think you should kind of give them the motivation, but not put them off.
Put the stress.
Especially if they're experienced, don't try and put them off their experience. But if you should be nice to new actors, but you still need to get that performance. So again, a good director knows good people skills. So say we have someone who's only been in one short film and they have a lead in this next one. Don't expect them to know the script like word by word.
Yeah.
If they make a few hiccups here and there, that's okay. But if the film is dialogue heavy, don't cast someone in a lead who doesn't have that much experience.
Yeah.
So they need to know how to convey emotion. They need to know how to convey everything with their facial expressions, with their eyes,
and how to bounce off each other as well. That'd be very important if it's the same as someone.
So what I would recommend is, we did this in college. Make a film with no dialogue.
Right.
3 to 5 minutes with completely with no dialogue, and get someone who's probably new to acting, give them the directions of how to look, how to hold their face, how to hold their eyes. Because your eyes will tell more emotion than words will. And they're one of the most important part of our anatomy. They're called the windows to the soul.
Yeah, because you think about your head.
Because if you see like eyebrows a certain way, they're happy or they're sad, or like they're watery a bit, means they're either irritated or they're angry or they're upset. But the point was getting performance out of actors and working with actors as well. It's easy if you do have experience doing it as everything. But if you have good people skills and people like you and you like people,
you're a likable person.
You will be a good director, but you do have to be focused, and that's where the AD comes in. So the director is this guy with vision, and he wants to get this film made, and the AD is like, the AD is a prick that comes in. But they're doing their job. They're keeping, okay, that's great, but we don't have time to do a full 2-minute dolly track. We have time to do 2 camera setups. We have 8 left for the day and we only have time for 2. Let's get a fucking move on.
He has to be real strict.
They do have to be strict.
I say they don't mean to be like that, but that's what that job, they're getting paid for it. There's a lot of people that do get, and especially if they're getting paid for it, and you want to be paid for it, you're going to be.
Exactly. So just on the topic of ADs, an AD, they keep the schedule going, they keep the production going. And like when people come in like, oh, it should be a bit nicer to the crew, like, no, the crew is there to make the film, to help make the film, because they know where the money's coming from, they know where the production's coming from, they know how it's being made. And if people are on their phones all day, like, no phones on set is probably the best.
I think that's really good.
That's a really good rule.
Unless I think, and then if you do have your phone, if it's emergency stuff, put it on silence. Don't.
But even then, you shouldn't have an emergency. Like, if you have an emergency, you go. So the only people that should have their phone really are heads of department, if even, the PA or PM, production manager, and your assistant director. They're the only people who should have phones. And if your producer's on set, they should have phone too. Everyone else, put in a lockbox. Like, just get every set you go to, get a lockbox. Put it somewhere safe. Put everyone's phones in there, because if people are distracted or someone gets a call, or even if you send a message that could interfere with some kind of wireless equipment that's on set, and that could cause a lot of damage. Or it could cause a scene. It could cause like 5 minutes. And 5 minutes time is money when you're making films.
That's the expression you hear from us.
Time is money.
And for the likes of that as well, like, there's a lot we can talk about, but we literally only have an hour to do literally all of this. But I want to talk more about how we kind of came together and we kind of made the stuff, and what your idea was when you read the script and all and stuff like that as well, because as I was saying before, we have a film that we're gonna able to make. We can make a full feature-length film. We can make that, and we said that what style it's gonna be and such like that as well. Have you ever done casting before?
I have.
I have. You have casting, and what was that for? What was the casting for?
We've done casting for a film called Smokescreen. It was made with Kildare young filmmakers, and the director was Amy O'Reilly, who's gone on to actually make a good few good films. That was a gangland romance film, and it was about 2 gay characters. One guy's a drug dealer, the other guy's a homicide. And the whole idea was that they're in a relationship, they are close, but it would have had the same emotional impact if they're boy or girl.
Yeah.
It's just to have that LGBT representation.
Do you think some people make films like just two gay characters to get that bit more exposure? Like they.
Well, there's always an element of pandering with some films. Like I thought it was a great script. The film was a bit over long. I think that's because we didn't have an AD to constrain time. Like we were shooting well into like 11, 12 in the night. I actually got tonsillitis from the last shoot.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, but it did come out great. It wasn't the quality we would have liked because there were some things like we didn't have a camera available one time. We didn't have some people who were as experienced as others, but it was the whole thing of a collaborative process, getting everyone together and everyone experienced. Like with the likes of Kildare filmmakers who have actually developed so much since I had left. It's the whole collaborative process in the beginning, which felt like, oh, these people don't really know how to use equipment or anything. Now they do. Yeah. But I remember I did when I left. But at the start, I didn't have a fucking clue.
Yeah.
I looked at Aperture and I saw it as that from Portal 2. Like I didn't know what all this was. I didn't know exposure. Everything's just turn on the ISO, bring it up to 12,800. That's grand.
And that's like for someone that's brand new, and you're saying
that's grand.
What's your name?
You're looking at it and it looks like someone threw sand all over the screen.
Yeah.
It's that whole collaborative process of kind of picking it up and making it, of getting everyone in, the collaborative process of getting everyone in and working on the film and everyone getting that experience. That's good, and that's what I really didn't see when I was younger. Like I was 16 making the film, and I saw like, we should be doing this, we should be doing that.
A lot of people. If you have a lot of people on sets, there's a lot of opinions. And not everybody's going to agree with each other as well.
That's the thing as
well.
when
Especially if you're making all together, you're not like an actual production team. Like a lot of people have their own opinions.
If your goal for the film is just purely for collaboration and just for getting the film made, then you can have as many people who are brand new to it, and that's what the whole point of the group was. But then you have other films, say like The Lotto Ticket or This Christmas or Dead or Alive. We know exactly the target audience for that. We know what the end goal of that is. So have people who are experienced, and the best thing to do is don't have too many people on set. Because they're going to be people standing around, they're going to be bored. So if you only have one camera, just have one camera person who's also a DOP, same me. And if you know you're going to be moving the camera a lot, get a key grip. Someone just carry it around, set it up. If you know you're going to have lights, have a key gaffer just to set up the lights and everything. If you know you're going to be in a time schedule, have an AD. If you know you need some kind of backing financially, have a producer. Or if you know you need to get props from someplace, or you need to get
locations.
So you need a location manager if you know you have locations. If you know you need to get props, you need to get different people, extras, have a producer on set. If you know you need people to be going somewhere to get tape, or you need someone to go down to the shops, have a production assistant. And then if you know you might need food or anything, the production assistant can get that as well. Or you could have a caterer there.
There's a lot of money involved.
Oh yeah, like that's when you see 2-3 million.
Sorry.
That's when you see like $2 or $3 million dollar films. You're like, oh, that's a lot of money. It's not. Only probably 10% of that goes towards the actual shooting. The rest of it is
promotion, probably as well.
Advertising, feeding the crew, getting the money, renting the gear. Renting gear, paying for the location, paying for travel. Like I say on the new Star Wars, probably 5 million, 10 million alone went to just gas or maintenance for vehicles or renting vehicles. Just like that alone.
That's fucking madness, though, isn't it?
And then if you have pyrotechnics, you have to get pyrotechnics. Like, you know that shot in the new film 1917, directed by Sam Mendes? You have that shot of him coming out of the trench and up and over, and then the explosions. You have pyrotechnics. Each of those explosions is probably £250 each.
Jesus. And
then you have 7 or 8. And then you have the VFX you need to go on that, and then you need your colorist, you need your editor. Because they did a lot of adding people in that shot. Like there was only I think 100 extras on set, but you had 300 or 400 people on set or in the actual final shot. Then you had to remove the planes in the background, buildings. Like the budget goes towards a lot of other things than just the camera. And that's why you see such large budget films. And when you see a camera worth 200 grand, you're like, oh, it's a lot of money. No, you rent that for like 700 a week. Like you can go down to Panavision in Bray, and you could rent a full film camera and lenses for about 10 grand, which is a lot less than 2 million. So that goes into your budget.
Even like listening to someone say it's 2 grand, or it's 10 grand instead of 2 million. 2 million is a lot. 10 grand is a lot to someone that does not get.
But you're not. See, the thing is with some films, that money just doesn't disappear. You put it in cinemas and you get it back. That's where your advertising comes in. You need a target demographic as well. When you're making a film that's artistic, your target demographic is people who are interested in art house films. But say Dead or Alive, what's the target audience of that is contemporary Irish. Is it for guys or girls?
We both.
So contemporary Irish.
It can be for both, you know, but I think it might more guys.
So they look at the target audience for like love, hate,
family or kids.
No. So it would be, what's your target demographic?
Teenagers, adults.
Adults. So you have to look into what ratings would get. So if you make it 18s, you won't really get that many people going to see it. If you make it 16s, 16 and up will go see it. That means you can have so nudity, drugs, violence, language, blood. So it's all those target demographics, and that's what kind of gets you that budget. That's why you see all Marvel and Star Wars, they're all 12A. 12s. So it's PG-13. That is like the lowest rating for action. That's why they have the biggest budgets. Whereas say Mandy, which I thought was fantastic. It's incredibly gory. It has some disturbing imagery, and it's really art housey. That only had a budget of about, I think it was 5 million or 10 million. It's probably more.
To us, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
For people that are used to getting that much and going through it, I think that's just like another pot to piss in, really. To just get the money done right, just put that on that, put it on that, because they're so used to that money. Like, Jimmy, but for us, if we were given 5-10 million, we'd go, what the fuck? That's more than enough for us.
Like we made, that'll take on what? Say, including fuel costs.
We made
100 quid?
Probably less.
Or this Christmas was what, 50 quid maybe at most?
This Christmas, I'd say about €50.
€50, yeah.
Turned out fucking nice. Turned out nice. Like that.
So when you know exactly how a film, if you see, it's when you start getting that budget and you want to go bigger, the budget flies. Like if you say a theoretical budget of about 20 grand, that's not that much. If you wanted you to see what cameras you have to shoot it on, what lights, what locations, and you work off a lot of favors. But when people see like, oh, I'm giving you a favor, but that person's getting paid, so I need to be paid. You know?
Exactly. You can't. Exactly.
You can't exclude someone from pay if you pay someone else.
It's like people see it as like kind of favoritism as well and stuff like that as well. Well, he's better than you and he has more experience, so he's gonna have to get paid. No, if everybody's going on set, everyone's gonna get paid depending on the job role as well. But you say obviously directors will get paid more than AD people, and so like that. Everybody has a role, and then whatever role they're in, that's how much they get paid. Is it like?
Yeah, the talent, the actors, they get paid the most because they're the face of the movie.
They get paid more than the director, would they?
Yeah. The director sometimes doesn't even get paid.
That's crazy.
They take home. They would agree with the producer. Okay, I'm gonna take home 5-10% of all return. So the budget they get keeps them living and keeps them going throughout the film. Throughout the filming process, and then after the film, there's no more money coming in other than the return after being in cinemas. So that's why like a lot of directors make so much money, because their films are sent towards a target demographic. So I say the Russo brothers with Endgame,
right?
That made what, $2 billion?
What?
Yeah, it's the highest grossing film of all time. So if they signed something saying, "Oh, I'm going to take on 5%," that's 10 million.
The fuck?
100 million, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I've never seen Endgame, and I was told to watch it. I've never seen that. I've never
Do.
seen Transformers, and I've never seen Star Wars.
Yeah, we're gonna be watching Star Wars.
He wants a marathon.
I do.
Craig wants to have a marathon.
Just the original trilogy, and then we'll see how you feel
after. Right, so I'm gonna go into a segment now. Right. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I have to go. Action. Yeah, so I have a segment, and every week I do a different segment. Now, you were supposed to come on last week, but we couldn't. We were busy. Some people were sleeping. And so basically, I had a segment last week, and I was asking people what their favourite films were. And I want you to rate them out of 5 star if you are a critic. Okay? So I have these pictures here, and what's going to happen is that I'm going to show you them now, right? And I'm stalling a little bit because I'm talking like this, and this is what's going to happen, right? So I asked people, in your opinion, what is the greatest film ever made, right? You're going to rate this, okay? Based on your expertise.
Out of 10 or?
Out of 5. Do you know what your films always give 5?
Yeah.
Right. So the first one is Rocky movies. The Rocky film franchise.
Which one?
The Rocky franchise. All of it. The whole film.
I've only seen Rocky 1, Rocky 3 and Rocky Balboa. And Creed. Well, you haven't seen Star Wars, so you can't really judge me.
But you haven't seen Rocky. Well,
I've seen Rocky 1, I've seen Rocky 3, and I've seen Creed, and I've seen Rocky Balboa.
Right. I haven't seen Creed.
Creed's good.
Underdog beats all odds.
What's this?
I don't know, that was a film.
No, I haven't rated Rocky yet.
Sorry, so what was
Rocky 1, I think it's a marvel in kind of a first time filmmaker doing something. I would say performance from Stallone isn't great. It's his first film ever. But they did revolutionize the technology of, say, Steadicam and low budget filmmaking. So give it a 4 out of 5.
Oh, that's not bad. So Rocky gets a 4 out of 5. Yeah. Right. Here's the next one. Aliens. Have you ever seen Aliens?
Classic masterclass in action filmmaking from James Cameron. 4.5 out of 5.
4.5. Right, so Alien gets 4.5.
4.5
out of 5. The Breakfast Club.
Oh, it's one of the coming of age stories, and I think everyone at a young age when they're in school should see it. I will give that 4.5 as well.
Jesus, you're very generous. The Harry Potter franchise.
Some are better than others. 4 stars out of 5 for Prisoner of Azkaban. I think is the best. It's directed by.
Yeah, we just finished watching it. We watched The Goblet of Fire last night. We're watching all of them. Saturday we watch them. Saturday we watch them Sunday. Yeah. And we're just finished The Goblet of Fire because I haven't seen from then on. Nicola says I have, but I haven't. So.
Yeah, but Prisoner of Azkaban is my favourite. It's directed by Alfonso Cuarón, and it's probably the best directed one. It has a lot more nuances than the other ones, but they do have a cultural identity. They do.
There's a lot of shit that's around that, man. That's fucking big.
Yeah, they have this massive fucking cultural identity.
Like, it's bigger, right? Star Wars or Harry Potter, the franchise, like how popular it is.
Oh, Star Wars, definitely.
Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Crazy.
But Harry Potter is still very, very big.
Massive.
Yeah, it's definitely up there.
Yeah.
Out of the top 5 franchises, I say Harry Potter's 3 or second or third.
Yeah.
But Harry Potter is such it's a universe. They created the cinematic universe and a literary universe with like all the books, and they just like built this world, and it is fantastic. Like I do love the first one. For child actors, it's amazing performances out of all of them for the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I do think there are some weaker ones than others. I didn't really like Order of the Phoenix. Goblet of Fire is a little bit too long. Prisoner of Azkaban I really do like, just so it's kind of different. Chamber of Secrets I enjoy. I give the whole franchise a 4.
If you watch number 1
4
and watch number up to the Prisoner of Azkaban, you can see them as well, how good their acting went as well.
Yeah, they matured.
Because you can see Hermione has a scene, she posts a fake laugh and her jaw's out like this and she's like and the way she's laughing is so fucking weird. It's weird. And then in the Goblet of Fire she starts laughing, she does the same laugh or whatever, but you can see that she's probably practiced or someone pointed it out to her.
Yeah, but like the thing is with younger actors, they're really self-conscious in front of a camera.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's like, oh, what's going to make my jaw look better? What's going to make me look better? And like,
especially
your cast,
girls have kind of
but even Tom Holland, he always clenches his jaw. He used to clench his jaw every time he gets like a paparazzi photo taken.
Yeah.
Or a photo taken at
I think a lot of fellas and they squint their eyes as well. It's kind of give the smaller look. Yeah,
but you are casting a film for how you look, not how good you can look. It's for how you look and you fit the character. So be yourself, be you, and let that character become that character.
Yeah.
Like, for a character that's completely different to you, but you know you can pull that off, then yeah. But you know you can pull that character off.
Yeah.
Then yeah. But child actors are usually cast in something because they look a certain way and because they look like that actor. So that's the thing. But people will mature and find an acting technique that works for them.
Fair enough.
Right, go on.
So what would you rate, Harry?
Entire franchise 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Solid 2.5 out of 5.
I'm sorry, a what? A 2.5 out of 5? That film was fucking brilliant.
I didn't think so. You could see a lot of technical issues with it. No. And I thought the colouring in it was ugly. It didn't compliment anyone at all. The editing is very weird as well. It doesn't have a flow. It feels kind of
Yeah.
It felt like you could definitely see where the producers intervened, where the studio said, no, we need this. Yeah.
So it could have been better.
It could have been better.
Yeah, it could have been a lot better.
I know the vision.
Could have been a lot better.
The vision behind it definitely was good, but to me, it's just another biopic.
So 2 out of 5, 2.5, 2 out of 5.
2.5 out of 5.
So that's the. So Taken, Liam Neeson.
It's just a Liam Neeson movie. It's better than the other ones, but the first one is.
It's the best, far the best.
By far. For action,
after the first
for action, not really. As a thriller, yeah.
Yeah.
But for action, it's not really.
Yeah.
It does have that iconic line, "I will find you and I will kill you."
Yeah. Which everybody.
3 out of 5.
Got more than Freddie Mercury. Shawshank Redemption.
Oh,
that's
5 out of 5.
That's hot.
That has Roger Deakins. That is Morgan Freeman, Tim Robbins. That is one of my favorite films.
Yeah. So
it's paced perfectly, brilliant score, a story that reveals itself. It has just great acting, great blocking. It's shot well, it's edited well. It just engrosses you. It makes you feel like it is the time. There's also a lot of nuances in it. There's one scene where a guy gets out of prison, but he feels ostracized.
Yeah.
And in the whole thing, no one looks at him. No one looks at him.
No one's acknowledging him.
Yeah. And there's a lot of callbacks and setups as well.
That's a sad scene.
That is a very sad scene.
That's a sad scene. What was his name?
Oh,
Mouse or something?
No, he has a mouse, but I forget his name.
Right. Polar Express or Curry's Liffey Valley induction video. That was Dara.
No comment.
No comment. The Polar Express?
No, didn't like it. It was weird. Uncanny Valley. It's an okay story, but they should have done live action. They shouldn't have done it like that. But it is Robert Zemeckis taking that technology. Like if they didn't, the
animation is really good.
No, it's not. It's awful.
No?
It's horrible. I didn't like it. It's not animation. It's motion capture.
Yeah.
But since they did have that motion capture technology terrible then.
Yeah.
Now we have Avatar.
Yeah.
We have the de-aging software. We even have The Irishman.
Yeah.
The de-aging in that isn't making
I didn't like some of that.
Yeah, some of it kind of.
See the part where he walks out and he brings his daughter to the shop and he goes, "Is it this guy in here?" And he goes into the shop, he beats him in the shop. And in the shop it looks like he's beaten, but when he goes out in the front and he tries to kick him, he's not even hitting him. He's not even touching him.
Well, remember, he's in his 70s. He can't really do that much of his stunt work. But it is.
But they don't even contact. Like, he hits it, but he hits and he misses, and you can see that he's clearly missed. And he's like, oh, like, it's really bad, like, that part.
Yeah, but it's. But still, like, the technology in the Irishman that de-aged them.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Do you see the way the fella that he put up on YouTube, he done his own de-aging, and it looks much better than the actual film itself?
See, what they did was they couldn't motion capture. They had 3 cameras set up at one time, one for infrared and one for just for tone. But I think it was still a marvel of animation. But back to Polar Express. Robert Zemeckis has made far better films. In the past. Yeah. Like
that used to be my go-to Christmas film every year.
Polar Express.
Christmas Eve. I just liked it. I just enjoyed it. I don't know why. I just for me, I was like, oh, this is good. But as I grew up and got older, I didn't watch it this year. I didn't watch it last year, before, Jimmy. I was like that. So this is a familiar one. This is from yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You said Django Unchained.
It's my favourite film.
Right. So Django Unchained, The Godfather, The Empire Strikes Back, Avengers, Infinity Warfare. Out of them, all them films you shot, what would be your best one out of all of them?
Django Unchained. I'm a massive Tarantino fan.
That's something we have in common.
Okay, good.
Tarantino. The reason I like Tarantino is his writing. The way he can have he writes conversations. The way he kind of like it goes into one thing and it goes into like Pulp Fiction would be fucking.
It's a masterclass in writing.
Up there. But I like Tarantino. His writing is fucking perfect. Obviously for you, it's probably is camera work and stuff like that as well. Probably.
Oh no, like still the writing, like the scenes pull you in.
I could sit here and do a podcast about Tarantino. I fucking love that fella and all his films that he's put out. I think I'd seen most of them anyway. But Django is a serious film.
It's the reason it's my favourite is the music is fantastic, the pacing, and it's such a kind of underdog kind of story.
Yeah.
And it's a revenge story, it's a love story, it's a fairy tale, it's just has some great colourful characters, it's great performances from everyone.
Yeah.
It's my favourite Tarantino film. The Godfather, I think that is definitely one of them.
I tried to watch the first one and I couldn't get through. It's too long.
It's too long.
I watched the second one.
Second one is more entertaining.
Yeah, I watched the second one, but the first one I couldn't watch most of them. I got the bit where he's in hospital and he's like, the men are coming to kill my father, move him into the other room, and I was just like, what's happening? And then I turned it off. Like, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
On
but it is, I think it's one of the best films ever made.
Yeah.
Because it started the whole gangster noir, kind of like the whole like rebirth of neo noir, the gangster movie.
Yeah. Like
Al Capone. You've all like that mentality, that genre. It kickstarted that and made it. That's why you have like LA Confidential. You have Gangster Squad. You have all these different films. But with The Godfather, like the way it's shot is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautifully shot. The score is great. And even now, because it was made so well, when you see a full 4K Blu-ray of it, it looks like it was shot last week. It's just the colors are vivid. Everything is like, that's just for cinematography standpoint, but even the sound design, the blocking, the directing, just it's really good. And that's why Francis Ford Coppola is probably one of the best directors and writers there has been in a while. Well, it's kind of old. He is old Hollywood. Yeah. But there's such a cultural appreciation for it, and there's such a legacy he's gonna leave. Like Apocalypse Now, The Godfather, and they're just really, really fucking good. Yeah. So like, yeah, I say Godfather is one of the best films ever made.
So The Godfather, and then you'd be here all day talking about The Empire Strikes Back.
I won't, but it kind of works into my idea of to me, something could be the best film ever.
Yeah.
But in someone else, like, it's all about target audiences. I love art house cinema. I love classical cinema. I love kind of films that leave a legacy, that leave you wanting more.
Yeah.
And that's why I love Star Wars. I think for people who are into sci-fi, fantasy, like that, I think that's the best kind of soft sci-fi fantasy film ever made. Because it expands on the universe of the first one. It develops characters more. There's more of an arc. There's the big twist. There's better effects than there was in the first one.
Yeah.
And there's more in, like, it's more complex, but it isn't confusing. It's just a good film.
Okay, fair enough.
And then Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
I think that is the best.
Avengers.
It's the best, because superhero is now a genre of its own. It's not sci-fi. It's not fantasy. A superhero is. It's now its own thing.
Yeah.
So. It's just great action. It's entertaining. Has a fucking fantastic villain. It's the lead up to the end of this saga that spanned a decade.
Yeah. And
then you have these characters. There's emotional scenes. There's deaths. There's all this.
It's every emotion all in one film.
It's every emotion all in one film.
You feel so many different things.
It's long, but it doesn't feel long. Like, it's 2.5 hours long, but it doesn't feel long.
Yeah. The Goblet of Fire was 2.5 hours long.
Yeah, I think
I was like, Jesus Christ, I could feel that. Like, I was like, is this film over yet?
Like, a film shouldn't feel long.
Yeah.
But it should be entertaining. But there's a difference between a boring film and a slow film. So that's like Hateful Eight is slow, but it keeps you on the edge of your seat. It keeps you waiting. Like, I think Revenant has some serious pacing issues, but it is a gorgeous film to look at. So you're kind of
really nice shots.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah.
The likes of the Hateful Eight, I remember going to the cinema to see that, and I don't know if it's from the start to the end, and it's because it's Tarantino. It's for me, it does not get boring, because the conversations you have, and you always kind of have to, the characters have to watch that back, but you kind of have to watch who's going to go after him, and then when it gets it, like, that film is just fucking brilliant. It is well, and more, if you haven't seen the Hateful Eight by now, I'm talking about anyway. But the mix and the potion where they all get sick and it's the blood everywhere, and then at the end where Samuel Jackson's on the bed, he's holding his ball, you shot my ball, motherfucker, and the two of them, and then at the end of it where Jolly Guy, the new sheriff of the town,
the sheriff of Red Rock,
the Red Rock, right? And he has the opportunity,
Walton Goggins,
him
or
kill Hull.
Daisy Domergue.
What? Right, before we get into the next segment of the story, right? What was your take on Channing Tatum in that? Did you like him, or did you were like, oh, he's alright, or nah, he wasn't suited for it?
He just kind of came out of nowhere, because you're not expecting Channing Tatum to be in it.
No.
Like, he played the character for 30 seconds he's on screen.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
But no, it's Channing Tatum. Yeah. Like, he's a good actor.
He's
funny.
Do
like him.
He is funny. 21 Jump Street.
He is. I do like him, and he plays up that pretty boy thing.
Yeah.
And then he's kind of becomes something. Have you ever seen Fox Hunter?
No, I haven't seen
that. Or Fox Catcher?
No.
He's in that with Steve Carell, and it's about he was this guy who kind of ran a college wrestling league.
Yeah.
And he was a cunt. He was terrible.
Yeah.
And he mentally abused all of his things, saying, "Oh, you're shit, you're nothing."
Yeah, yeah.
And he wanted to deal with all that shit. But he's in that, and he's really, really, really good. Yeah, Foxcatcher is it's
no, I've seen it.
Yeah, it flopped a bit, but it's good. Really quick.
We're back. What's that new film with William Dafoe and Robert Pattinson that's coming out?
The Lighthouse.
When is that coming out?
That is coming out. It keeps getting delayed because it's in festivals so much.
Yeah.
I think April 14th.
That was coming out. Like, I thought it was out now. I was like, we're going, because me and Craig are going to see a film after this. We don't know what film, but we're going to go see a film. We were thinking what, The Gentleman or Just Mercy. Yeah. Now I have one more.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to rate it out of 5.
Okay.
And it's my favourite film of all time. I watched it probably, I'm not even joking when I say this, I probably watched it over 30 times, and every single time I'm like, Karen, go on, shoot, whatever, right? The Goodfellas. What's your opinion on The Goodfellas? No, I'm not going to get offended, right?
Well, it's Martin Scorsese. It's the whole thing of the new gangster era. So it was The Godfather, and then it was The Goodfellas. So yeah, it's really good. It's paced well. It's great performances, shot well, edited well. It's enjoyable. It's entertaining. It twists, it turns. I think it's great. It's an odyssey of what. It's an odyssey of what it was like to be
a gangster.
Yeah. And that was young Scorsese. And it carries over to The Irishman. So the whole thing about The Goodfellas is he was the best gangster, and he made his way up, and he had all these
rags to riches.
He had all these expensive cars and watches and mistresses. He was able to get a table somewhere like that. Yeah. And then he had, at the end of it, he lives. Yeah. And he's like, I just want to be a gangster again. Now I have to live this boring fucking life. Yeah. And that's him living and surviving. Yeah. And then everyone else is in jail. But they all are still gangsters. Yeah. But The Irishman. Yeah. Yeah. Have you noticed that? It has their deaths on it. So that's all about dying. And the last shot actually nearly kind of brought me to tears.
Oh, come here. I think I'd shed a tear.
That last shot is just him. And they see the empty hallway, the light at the end.
And the door's just a little bit open as you can just see him.
Yeah, and he's just sitting there.
He's sitting there on his own. All this crazy, mad living life, and at the end of it all,
everyone's dead.
So he's on his own, and all he's left to do is to die.
It's Martin Scorsese's goodbye to that genre. Yeah, that identity of being a gangster in the 80s and the 70s and running dope through Miami and going down to Miami and going over to LA and all that. It was kind of a goodbye to that. And now you have things like what it's like to be a gangster now. Like straight out of Compton. I know it's about rap, but it's still about that.
Yeah, it's different kind
culture.
Of
because the culture has shifted.
Yeah.
And then you have films like what was it, Fruitvale Station.
Right. I know.
That wasn't. It's not really about a gangster. It's about someone who has to make a choice to support his family. Yeah. So he is selling weed, and it's about a real guy. I forget his name. But he's played by Michael B. Jordan, and it's directed by Ryan Coogler, who directed Black Panther. Right. And he directed Creed as well. It's the last day in the life of this guy who was shot by a policeman, a racist policeman. Right. And the whole reason behind it was he was just trying to get home, and he's trying to make amends. He's trying to get his job back. Yeah. But he is selling weed because it's the only way to make money. He's telling his mom, no, I'm not making weed. And he's just a nice guy who always had these really nice interactions with different people. Yeah. And then at the end of it, he shot and trying to get home because he made the decision not to drive because he knew he'd be drinking. It's really. He was doing
the right thing, but he got caught up in the.
Yeah. I recommend it. I really recommend it. I think you should see it.
So for the likes of Django, real quick, rating 1 to 5.
5.
5. And Goodfellas 1 to 5.
5.
Well done, Craig. We can still be friends.
Okay.
Anyway, I didn't know you were mad at the Quentin Tarantino. Like, I knew you liked him, but I didn't think you were.
Obvious.
Oh no, like I didn't know you were. No? I really like this. Like, Matt, he's fucking. We fucking talk about it some other time. Yeah. But so I also have this segment. It's called. I know it's kind of shifting off our film stuff and all, but you answered this question as well in this. And sorry for anybody I have it on the phone and stuff like that as well. It's just it's the best way to store them all. And I asked people for this week's segment, because what we just talked about with films was supposed to be last week, so I thought I'd bring it up as well. It's what makes you happy. Now, someone said making people smile, which I both agree. If I'm starting to do stand-up comedy again, and I'm on my second week. By the time this comes out, it'll be yesterday. It'll be Tuesday. I'm doing it on Tuesday, the 28th of January. And what makes me happy is literally making people smile, laugh. And when you hear that laughter, it gives a boost. When we were at the comedy gig, you could see at the start of my performance, and I know because it's like me watching from a table. I can see whatever. It's weird to describe, but when you start hearing the first big laughs, you can see in me, you get this rush in your, as you were saying, the expression of my eyes just pop, and then you start to see me fucking moving my body more, wasn't it? And you could see yourself, you could see it was more comfortable like that. Now come here. Tomorrow, trust me, this is better than last week's.
You're playing tomorrow again?
I'm doing tomorrow.
Oh fuck, I'll go.
Right, tomorrow, right? I only have 5 minutes, so I'm gonna do an intro, and then I'm just gonna get to a story. That's what my type of comedy is. It's storytelling, but it's comedy and voices and impressions and whatever, like that, right? So that's what makes me happy. Someone else said the Alright podcast. No word of lie, not shitting. So I go, right, so that's good. And if that makes them happy, that makes me happy. Then we're getting to your creating art and making films.
Yeah,
makes you happy.
It does.
What's it about creating films? And I know it's good to get Joey. Everybody has a schedule, and people go, right, throughout the week I'm going to get this and this done. I'm going to have 2 videos out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to the gym 4 days a week. But for you, I think your schedule is just a lot longer. It's like a goal. You have the goal at the start, and you have to reach the end. For the likes of that. So what is it about filmmaking that makes you literally probably one of the happiest you can be?
Well, it's hard because I really have to think about this question, because when you are making films, it's such a grind. There's so much work. There's late nights. There's editing.
Yeah.
Like, you're there at the first day editing. All right, let's get into this. And after 3 days, you're like, oh fuck.
It's gonna be like me with this.
You just want to give it to someone else and do this.
Yeah.
But with it's getting to that end goal and being proud of what you created. Like, I've made films and I get to the end and I'm like, oh, fuck that, I'm just gonna leave it on my hard drive. Like, I've got 10 or 12 films just on my hard drive.
And you just left them there?
Yeah, they suck ass.
Jesus. That's my dad.
Like, they're awful.
Yeah. But that's what you do, you're learning from them. And you're seeing your mistakes.
Yeah. But another thing is, I like making films for me. They don't necessarily make me happy, but they make me express what I want to express. But another thing is making films that entertain people. Like, when you hear someone go like, oh, that's fucking class, or oh, that was so funny. Yeah. That's what I like.
It's a rush, isn't it?
Yeah, like I remember sending people something. I'm in call with them when they're watching a film, and I just wait for the laugh or wait for that. Oh, it's okay. But it's making people happy. It's being proud of that. That's what makes me happy. Entertaining people with films, with a medium that I know how to.
And that's the kind of thing we both share. Again, there's something new now. Yeah. Do you get me? It's people's reactions. Getting people's. Is that can that be a course as well though?
What?
Like, do we both need? Are we both happy at making a film and don't need any approval? And we don't need, oh, that's great now. Or do we like getting told that? It gives us confidence to get more. Do you know, like, go do more. I'm pretty sure everybody probably does that.
But like, we all like approval. Like, there are people out there that seem modest and humble, like, oh, no, it's fine. We all love approval. Yeah. That's the thing, that feedback is so important. Yeah. Like, I love them when that was great. I was like, okay, yeah, fucking brilliant. But I do want at least 1 or 2 people to be like, yeah, there's some things that'll change.
Yeah.
That's what I do like.
You always need people.
Because that means if you make 10 people in the room, you make 8 of them happy, and 2 people say, oh, this is alright, this. That means next time, you make those 10 people happy.
Yeah.
You make 9 out of 10
There'll be always some people though that, like, for me, right, I think one of the funniest actors I've ever seen in my life would be Jim Carrey, right? But for people, I know people out there
that don't like
that go, he's not funny at all, he's annoying. And then I'll go, Lee Evans. Lee Evans is probably one of my favourite stand-up comedians ever. And people are like, nah, he's sweaty, he's annoying, he does voices. But that's where I kind of got traits from different stand-up comedians.
Yeah, but like,
do you know when I was doing the yokes, I was kind of bending down, I was doing the fucking yoke last week, and I was kind of moving and shit. Tommy Tiernan does that. So I just picked that up, and with the voices go, what the fuck? Because I have this thing, what I'm going to do is, then I'm going to go, jeez, I'm nervous in here. I'm going to go, like that, right? And that's supposed to be, the voices impressions, that's Lee Evans. Do you get me? And impressions with likes of Mike Tyson and Chris Walken, that's Jim Carrey. I get all these little bits, you pick, it's like filmmaking, you see films and you pick them out.
You pick and choose.
There you go. And then you make your own little tree or
yeah. Bowl. So what you do is you make your own bowl of... You make your own bowl of fucking
creativity, we'll call
yeah,
it. The bowl of creativity.
Yeah, of inspirations. You have everyone there. Yeah. And eventually, throughout your career and throughout your creative process, you're like, I don't like that. Yeah. I don't like that. Overused. And then you get to this little foundation, and then you say, what's me? Yeah. So I'm going to throw me on top of that. Yeah. There you go. There's
then
something.
You get the bowl, and you hover up, and then you have the song in the background. You're like, oh, and you sip from it. You sip from it,
and then there's your little soup of creativity, and then you drink from it. You're happy,
and then it's all absorbed into it, and you go, do you know what? I'm complete now. Yeah. Yeah, so exactly. Okay. Right, I have more. I don't know where that went. Right. I do have more. Oh yeah. This is one from Bobby Calloway. I asked people, can I mention them or not? Some said no, some yeah. Hugging someone. No, I didn't know if he was being a perv or no. I generally think they say that when people hug, that it gives off something in your body. It's stimulants or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it just releases endorphins and
that's
dopamine.
That's
the thing about like people saying, oh yeah, but like being sad is just an increase and decrease of chemicals in the brain. It's all chemicals, and we're all just this like yeah. But what makes me have opinions? What makes me like what makes me have opinions? What makes me have likes or tastes? What makes me so I know why I like movies. Yeah. They stimulate me. They entertain me. Yeah. Why do I want to make movies? Why do I have like it's the whole thing about like psychology is science, but it's also like emotions. It's why do we have emotions? Like why aren't we? Well, do birds. Like why aren't we just like rabbits? We eat, we fuck, we die. Yeah. Like why is there a need to paint? Yeah. Why is there a need to build?
Makes us feel good.
It makes us feel good.
Seeing the finishing product. Yeah. If you're painting a house, you and then when people say thanks very much and they show appreciation, that's like that's the reward for us. And saying to someone saying, oh, very good, that was good, that was a good set, or that's a really good film, or like that and stuff. It's appreciation.
It's appreciation.
Yeah. At the end of the day.
So the whole thing about hugging, like there's people you don't want to hug, and then there's people you don't want to hug you. Like if Jimmy Savile came up to me and was like, "Hey, could you hug me?" I'm like, "Fuck off." He's not Scottish, but like, like, what? Gives a hug? I'm like, no, fuck off.
Who was the one person, right? If you get away with murder that you could kill, who would it be? I know this is going off topic and this is happy, but
get away with murder and kill.
Yeah.
No one.
No.
Like.
I think that would play a lot on our conscience. Like if I say something to Nicola or I keep something away from Nicola, or if I have to keep a secret, I can't keep a secret. I have to tell her. Yeah, if I don't, it plays and it eats my brain.
Yeah, like I have to tell people what I'm doing. That's why I like telling people, oh, I'm doing this, oh, I'm doing that. Yeah. Because I can't really keep shit to myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm such an honest, transparent fucking person that, like if I accidentally killed someone, like that's why I can never put myself in the mind of someone who gets caught for killing someone. Yeah. But like if I'm writing a script and someone gets away with it, I couldn't write that believably because I actually could not think about someone getting away with murder. Yeah. But of course you can do it creatively and then look at how people do it.
Yeah, and kind of get background and stuff.
And it's like a thing of like, serial killers and shit. That's why they fascinate me because I don't understand how someone could do that to another human being.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I don't.
It's like if someone said, "You get away with this, you can shoot him." Yeah. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I don't.
Like if someone annoys me, I just separate myself from them.
It's like Facebook. You block them.
Yeah. Right, but there are some truly evil people.
Yeah.
Now that's when are they people or are they just pure evil? There are 3 people in history who I would kill for what they fucking did. Udi Hussein was just this sadistic cunt. He was Saddam Hussein's eldest son, and he was such a bastard that Saddam said, "No, you're not getting the throne. You're too evil. Yeah, it's going to the other son." Yeah, the shit he did. Yeah. Like look it up. It's awful. Right. Then you have, God, probably.
I I'd imagine Hitler's up there, is he?
Hitler's up there, but
he wouldn't be our top 3 to kill, like.
Oh, because he's everyone's top 3 to kill.
Yeah.
But he's still an evil bastard, so I'll probably kill him, yeah. But like, I'll kill Hitler.
You got a bonus round, like.
Yeah, but like
a game show.
Yeah, but like, I wouldn't go back and kill baby Hitler.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be able to kill a baby even if I knew it was going.
No, baby Hitler. Like,
it'll change the course of time. It'll change everything. You need to let it. You need to let it happen.
No, probably will kill Hitler.
Hopefully.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, if it would stop, if he got to power, because there was so many people who shared his ideology. Yeah. Because he personally gave the order. Yeah. To do all these terrible things.
Yeah, but he never.
But there are other people who shared it as well.
Yeah.
So he was the figurehead.
It's a cult.
I'd probably just kill the whole Third Reich, probably. Not the young people or the people who are just following orders. I just people who gave them. And maybe I don't know, because there are people who did get justice for what they did.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
We're gonna move on.
Margaret Thatcher, she's a bitch. Fuck her.
Right, we're going to the next one, right? So we were talking about this and we're going into more now, whatever. So, someone else said, James' sister, said cleaning makes her happy.
I like things clean.
Yeah,
but I
don't like things in that place, but constantly cleaning.
Yeah,
that'll fucking wreck my head.
Like
I have to go home now today, and I bet you there's dog poo on the ground, and I have to spray and clean it. It's stupid. Speaking of what makes you happy? My dog. And you have a dog as well.
I do have a dog,
yeah. And it makes you
happy. He acts like a cat, so when he leaves, it kind of breaks your heart. Yeah. Like he just leaves the room, but like he does look at you, and he gets away with murder because he's adorable. But it's Moby.
Fair enough. Spending time with good friends and keeping each other motivated. That was from Sarah.
I do like that.
That's a good one.
I do like spending good times. Yeah, like I don't mind a bit of banter, like but like when it just gets toxic, I hate that. I hate it when people. It's just negativity. Yeah. Like when people are just constantly just insulting each other. Yeah. Like, but when it's support.
I was in a position like that with friends, and I had to move away from that group.
But like even when it's joking, like someone's just like. They say something and someone pens the words like, "Oh, do you?" Yeah. But like, even if it is joking and they do laugh, it's that constant humorous negativity. Yeah. And there's no like, "Oh man, that was good." Like, you show them a film or something.
Instead of showing praise or saying a congratulations, their sense of humor is slagging it. Yeah. There is people out
like
there.
Even if it is gratification through slagging, and they mock them because they love them. Yeah. It's still not.
Yeah. I was with a group of friends. I had a group of friends, and we played PlayStation stuff all the time. And it just got to the stage where everybody would slag each other, but some people would slag others, target more than others, and I was one of them people. Yeah. I think the group just broke up then. We'd all play PlayStation, we'd all go out, but this is probably the first time I'll talk about it as well. And you get to the point where you go, right, I had enough now. It's starting to get to, it's from you to your ma, to her dead relative, and then you're like, that's fucked up. That's a bit fucked up. And then like we had a fella in the group and they were slagging his sister. His sister's only young, like a kid, and he goes, "Oh, I bet your sister gets fucked." I was like, that's a bit fucked up. And back then I was like, "Oh Jesus, that's fucked up." But now, like, you think of back now, I'm just like, that's fucking sick. Yeah. Like, and I do see them around and everything and all now, Jimmy, but we wouldn't even say hello to each other. I don't know why, because I'd still say hello, but they don't. But they do. But like the likes of that, I think that's a really good one. Spend time with good friends, because when we
charge the battery.
If you want to turn that off, and we'll keep that over.
We give a clap. It's also 3:00 now.
Is it? Right. We'll do that and then we'll sign. That's probably going to have to pay me €20. I don't even make money. I have a question to ask you.
Off the record?
Off the record, I don't want to.
That's something, yeah.
So when you have that camera, you have another camera, and you know what to do. From every Monday, if you can, will you come in and set everything up and record it while I have guests? I'll give you €20 every Monday. I'll give you €20 every Monday.
You sure?
Yeah, €20 I get 200. So more. I go, there's €20. There you go. If you come in, set up the cameras, make sure they're right, set up the lighting. I'll help you obviously. Make sure I don't have a laptop and I need a laptop, so I need recording equipment, and then you just send it on to me.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll send you an interface online.
Because I need, it's grand setting everything, but it's gonna take up a lot of time.
Yeah.
If I have someone in help me, well, the person's there, the guest is there, I mean, you're just setting everything up, and then you just make sure the cameras are recording. If they're going off, press them again. Do you get me? You're over here, you take photos for Instagram or stuff like that, so there's €20. I'll get it to you on the Monday.
Okay.
So starting next Monday, when we're finished our setting, there you go, there's €20. Yeah, there's your lunch, there's a bit of money. Because you help me out with the films. If you want to help me out with this, you can. Do you get me? But every time you come up and help me with this, I'll give you €20.
Sure.
I was gonna say on the podcast, and I was like, no, don't. I'll say it off it just in case. Do you get me? Like it's not. But yeah, I wanted to say that to you when we were setting up, and I was like, I'll wait till after to ask you. Because I know, and you said you need that's €80 a month, put that away, and that's money for fucking American engineering.
Yeah.
If you transfer that from euro to dollars, what's that?
$100.
Is it?
Thereabouts.
Jesus.
But I have to buy the dollars in the post office.
Wow.
Because when you buy them in the airport, it's like £80 gets you $80 because of the amount they charge. Conversion rate, like.
What's wrong?
Because it was on. So put the battery back in. And then close it. And then. There you go. So whenever you take a battery out of anything, just make sure you turn it off.
Well, I'll have all these recorded, do you get me? Like, so we can use the 60 gig, we can use the 200, and for the total, will just be there if you want to take photos. If you're sitting there, you want to take photos or something, do you get me? And then that's, because I want to start getting serious with this.
Or do you know, who's that guy? Is it Jim? And Joe Rogan? Jamie.
Yeah.
Pull it up, Jamie.
Pull it up, Jamie.
I'll just be the dude who's like, pull it up, Jamie.
Could do that.
Yeah, I could just like help record and shit. I'll send you on an interface for audio, and I'll let you put in 2 microphones at once.
Yeah. Because
and set one to be left and one to be right. Alright.
Do you want me? Is it alright if I announce that you're going to help me out every week, or?
I don't mind. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. I'm just going to say it at the end and stuff like that.
And hold on.
Sorry about that. The cameras keep turning off on us. We need to get camcorders or something like you were saying earlier. So yeah, as I said, that's really good. Spending time with good friends. And as I was going to say as well is that me and you, we didn't know each other. Then I invited you up to my house, and there's some people we invited over to my house before, and they were the actor the bollocks and started doing impressions of Nicolas Cage. And but like that, but we all got to spend time with each other. We all got to know each other a little bit more. It is awkward when you're starting out with someone and you don't know what to talk about, and then there's these little things that you have in common. Do you get me? Like that. Now I know now that if Quentin Tarantino brings out his next film, I'm like, Craig, we're going to see Quentin Tarantino. Nicolas like, what about me? And I'm like, you can come, but you're in the back. Just like me and Craig are going to watch this fucking film. If there's any films, we said that if there's any good films out every Monday now, we're going to go see films again. Do you get me? That's spending time with each other, that's creating a bond, and it's all like that as well. And keep each other motivated. I think us as a group, we do keep each other motivated. I honestly think we do. We both have experience with no one being kind of interested in the same things we are, and then you find that kind of group of people that are all that, like Sarah for example, she's doing makeup, so how is she going to get makeup, how is she going to do makeup? Well, these guys on the films are going to make films, they're going to need blood, they're going to need special bruises. That's perfect. That's the same motivation what she needs. James likes the accent. Rebecca is over in Edinburgh right now at the moment, like in our second year doing a course in acting. Do you get me? Nicola is just supportive in general. you get me? She doesn't want to act and stuff. If you have to, she will. She was in the interview and she was like, next, yeah, whatever. She always helped me out. She was always supportive, and with everybody else as well, she'd drive people to Bray. She'd bring people back home, stuff like that as well. She probably won't. She doesn't want to do it, but she goes off and she goes out.
Like we appreciate Nicola's time because she puts some most of the work in. Like she's able to organise times and be like, if it wasn't for Nicola, there are some shots in the object we wouldn't have been able to get.
Yeah, that's like
you gotta realize even if people don't have an interest in film, it's that support that makes everything come together.
And it just makes it easy on everybody as well, you know.
But it just helps when you have people come together. Like some of my mates are interested in music, and they wouldn't really have that much interest in film. But if you say, would you give us a handwriting music for this? And they come along and write me. Like my friend Kayla is writing a score for this Christmas right now. Yeah. She sent me the MP3 last night. Fucking incredible.
Yeah.
It's great. And you have this collaborative process. And one of my mates wants to be a physiotherapist. Yeah. But he's also comfortable in front of a camera. And he's happy to act. If anything, he's just happy to be part of the process. Yeah. And he does like acting, but it's not his main goal.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a hobby kind of on the side.
Well, it's that supportive attitude because you know that it's that kind of a support and it's a positive energy that everyone brings. That's how good productions, like small scale productions, come together. It's that positivity. It's that family aspect almost. Yeah. So there's support and everything.
We said with likes of Nicola and all, we agreed as a group and stuff like that as well, as that Nicola is the driver. She drives us.
She's a producer almost.
She's like that. So Nicola, even though Nicola is okay financially and stuff like that, we still need to give her at least €3 each for petrol, €4 each, and just for petrol. She supports us, so we say thanks very much, and everybody agreed with it. No one said, oh well, I don't know if I'll have money and stuff like that, and I go, well, if you don't have money, you give it next time. Don't like that, because we are in a situation. All of us are kind of restricted with our money and our finance. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Well, I am anyway. I don't know about anybody else.
But like being a filmmaker, you have no time. Yeah. Like you've no time, no money. Yeah. No energy. Yeah. Pretty silly, but you do have that creativity. Yeah. Like one of the biggest jokes out there is fuck off. Oh, fuck off.
It's just the lamp shop. Yeah.
And technical difficulties, and we're back. It's that thing of with being a filmmaker. There's a whole joke of what do you want to do for a job? Be a filmmaker. Okay. But what do you want to do as a job? Yeah. Like, it's that kind of thing. Where are you going to get money? Yeah. Because being a filmmaker,
it's independent.
It is, unless you go into a union. Say if I move to LA or I move to London and I get a job as a key grip, €12-13 an hour or like £15 an hour, you're just moving cameras all day. Yeah. There you go, there's your money. Your time goes and your creativity goes because you're constantly pushing cameras. Setting everything up and rigging.
Same with job, isn't it?
Same with job. Like, that's why, but I think in jobs my creativity flourishes. Yeah. As well, because like I remember when we were working in Curry's, I just sit there and it'd be a slow day. I'd just be like thinking of shots, and I was looking. I had the TVs to help me with like this different shots and films, and I can see what I can think of. Blah, 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 blah. And it was just like those slow days help your creativity flourish. But you know you can't just go right down. You just keep it in your mind. Yeah.
There's a lot of ideas that I fucking have, and I forgot, and I go, shit, what was that? And I still can't remember to this day. And you ever get a really good idea, and then you're like, I have nothing to write down in, and like that. You can use your phone when you're busy or you're doing something, then you're like the next one now is what makes you happy. And someone said not working in curries.
Is that Darren?
I think it's Darren again. And so anything that it says about curries, piece of words, we are not commenting on. I'd like to that. We don't want to get in trouble or stuff like that. But one thing I can say is that I agree with that. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
Well, it's just any job really, because you need the money, but of course, it's the whole thing of doing something you don't really want to do. Like I didn't mind working It was just I had different responsibilities in other places and different things I needed doing, and the time schedule just didn't line up.
So I just said,
listen, I can't work here anymore. I have different opportunities.
My needs are different from what you need now at the moment. Like
like I just need to do something, so I need to go and do that.
That's the same.
That's what makes me happy. It's mental health before career. I think,
and
like
I think that's I think mental health is very important.
So if I ever become, say, a producer or whatever, I'm constantly on the phone. I'm like money. Shoot me.
Yeah.
Because that will not make me happy. It would make me satisfied. Like seeing something come together, and that's where the money is. Being a producer is where the money is. But you need projects behind you to say that you can actually make a return.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my happy.
Well, we're supposed to have this room from 1:30 to 2:30, and it's now 3:10. This room is hourly payment and it's rently. So I think we need to wrap it up.
Craig, wrap it up.
It was a good one. I think I had James on as a guest, Dave on as a guest. This at the start of it, obviously we're both nervous, we're both in a new space now. But I think the more we got into it, the more conversations start going, and then we start doing voices, and then we start doing the fucking soup thing now. That's memorable now on this channel. Like, you remember this always. I just want to say thanks very much for coming on.
No problem.
And I asked Craig as well, off camera, and I asked Craig would he be my Jamie to Joe Rogan, because I need someone to walk behind everything, and I need someone in here a week just to set up everything and make sure everything's going and filming perfect, and see can we improve this or get a better space and stuff like that. And Craig has agreed to come on and stuff, and I can do that, so I really appreciate it as well. But we are going now to watch a film. I'm gonna have to get all the stuff put in my dad's car, and then we have to walk back because he walks till 5 or something. But guys, thanks very much for listening to Tap, letting it run down just like a flowing water. Thanks for Craig for coming on. Hopefully you come back on as well. Likes of that, and we can talk more about Tarantino because I'm very excited about that. And probably we can do some reviews of films that we watched over the month. Every month we can do film review. If you want, we go films. So we go see films every Monday. We can review them films.
We could do videos of reviews.
We'll think of something. We'll think of something off camera. So guys, remember, this is episode 26, and this is the first guest in the studio. And I just want to say, it's not the best podcast. It's not the worst podcast. It's just an alright podcast. Guys, thanks for listening, and I'll chat to you next Wednesday. See ya.